We're live.
We're live.
We are live, Anton. Flicked the button by mistake. This is a good way to start off a live production.
Very professional.
Anton Gallino joins me, mate. Firstly, welcome to Yabby Dam. A little bit overcast day in Ballarat, but you can't ask for a lot more in March. It's a really nice day, isn't it?
It's nice for Ballarat, Paul. Yeah, no, we've put on the weather, so we're happy with it.
Absolutely. We've got 33 lots to get through today. We've got a lot to get through as far as yearlings and yearling parades going, and we're going to try and get to about a minute and a half. We're not going to banter on all day about these yearlings. We're going to just try and give a little bit of an in-depth our thoughts on them both, both way we think about them, and go from there. There's plenty going on. Anyone that's watching this on Facebook or YouTube, please get in touch with the farm to come and actually have an inspection, an on-farm inspection if you like these horses, or they'll be at Oaklands Junction anywhere from the 9th onwards, and there. Make sure if you are watching this and you haven't registered for the Nutrien sale, make sure you go onto the site, register, get everything done. It's done differently to what every other sale's been done through harness racing. It's a new player in the field, and that's the way we want to do it. We want to do it promptly, and that's the way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, Paul. You hit the nail on the head.
You're excited about today, aren't you? Anton loves this stuff, doesn't it?
Don't you? Right up my alley.
Anton, thank you very much. We'll get going. We'll get the first one coming into the sale very, very shortly. It's coming in. We've just gone a little bit quickly, but we've got the first one coming in, which is a Dream Vacation. Our Justine's are more... I'll actually cut to that for a second, and we'll bring up the thing. What can you tell us about this one here, Anton?
Yeah, Paul, he's a big, strong colt. He's the first foal out of a listed winning Daughter of Love You from the great family of Martina H. The mare was a good mare, obviously going 2 minutes there, won 5 races, and won the New South Wales Breeders' Challenge as a 3-year-old. And this is the first foal, and we were Pat was pretty excited to cross this mare with a Pine Chips Highline horse. So, we're happy with this colt. One of the key things about this colt here too, the Sundon cross, like most winners you see nowadays, have got a bit of Sundon in them. The dams by second dams by Sundon, and then you've got the Love You cross as well. So it's a pretty key cross, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great cross, Paul. Obviously horses like Monbay and Arbo, and there's been a heap of other ones that have sort of. It's the key cross, and that's why we're keen to do this colt like this.
Absolutely. Pat's got quite a great quality of stock coming through here today, and as I keep saying, haven't got a lot of time to get through some of these guys here, so it's going to keep us a little bit on the hop, but
turn it up a
little bit higher. We can do that. Yep. That's no worries at all. So just for the guys on track, make sure we can get a little bit of the audio there for those. The next one coming through is a Used to Me, which is a great little story here, Anton, and it's lot number 40, which is a Used to Me out of La Biscuit, and La Biscuit's very closely related to, or out of Cookie.
Yeah, no, obviously he's pedigree-wise, he's a super well-bred colt, this colt, and being a brother to Nieta and Royal Treat, obviously, she's a Group 1 winner, and he's actually the first foal from the mare that hasn't been massive. The other ones have quite been big, sort of elephant types, where this guy's a nice racy type. And, obviously being a Used to Me, he's proven now that he can throw a good 2-year-old in Don't Care. And this fella looks like an early 2-year-old type.
He's a lovely type. He's got a beautiful head and got a beautiful marking on the middle of that head too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a flashy little colt. Yeah, he's a nice colt. And, he's been one that's been really good to work with from day one, and I know the guys, Tom and everyone, they've got a lot of time for him.
They're doing a good job, these horses too, because this is a man, we've made this area from Thursday onwards, so people watching might be thinking, they should be used to it, but it's all changed, and the hay bales weren't even here the other day, so everything keeps changing. They're doing a good job, these babies, aren't they? Oh yeah, no, they've been prepped very well, Tom and the team up here, and they've done a great job with these horses, so no, they all seem pretty smart and willing, so that's the big thing. Absolutely, that's the Used to Me out of La Biscuit. Used to Me, he's been a great story for you guys, hasn't he? He's a horse that's very close to your heart, and he's leaving Group 1 winners, which must make you really, really proud.
Oh, definitely. No, I love him.
Absolutely. Lot number 41 is coming through. Now, I must say too, anyone that looking at the catalogue too, make sure you keep update with the QR code down the bottom. There's lots of updates with a lot of these horses going through. They're constantly being updated all the time, but this is one I'm sure a lot of people are here to watch and have a look at. The Muscle Mass out of La Cucaracha, Anton, and He's got a beautiful walk on him.
I loved this colt, Paul. He from day one, from when he was an early foal, he's just been a classy horse and great to do anything with. He's, I remember him as a foal coming up in the paddock, and you could always sort of approach him and pat him, and just a classy horse. And he's the first one that I've been around out of the mare that looks anything like Dance Craze. A couple of the other ones have been all sort of different types, where this guy is the first one to look like her. And like I said, he's just been a great colt from day one. He's got a beautiful walk, beautiful conformation, and he's a colt that we're really excited about.
I can see why. And how sensible is he? Like, just the way he's just parading there, just walking along. The other two guys, nothing wrong with it. They're up on their toes, they're babies, and it's there's people here. There's a good crowd here attended, but this bloke just taking everything in his stride so calmly, isn't he? He's a professional.
He's super.
Real professional horse, and real sort of standout. He's got a lot of people out the back there. You can see some real trotting blood and trainers and that out the back. It's a good crowd, isn't it? Actually,
yeah, great crowd. Yeah,
great group of people here as well. So that's always key. That is lot number 41, which is the Muscle Mass out of La Cucaracha. Muscle Mass speaks for himself, Anton.
Yeah, no, he's been a great stallion. Obviously, the other night he had a filly win the Oaks, and he had the filly last year win the Redwood and Mexicana. So he's been a great stallion, Muscle Mass. And
frozen all types as well, which is good. So, and fillies and colts, again, another key component of it in that sense. This is lot number 87, which is the Used to Me out of Muscle and Blues. And I saw him walk through before. He's a likely little type, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a flashy little horse, and he's from a great family, this horse. The family of Spider Blue Chip and Broadway Schooner, Pine Schooner, Toss Out. From a mare we imported, and I have the 2-year-old out of the mare this year that I really like, and this is the second foal, and obviously being Used to Me, we went for the Franco-American cross, and he's a lovely little colt, and he's done everything right from day one, and we really like him too.
What is the first 2-year-old boy?
He's an Orlando Vici, the first one, and a very different type to this guy. This guy looks a lot nicer type than the first one, and he's great presence about him, a nice little colt.
He has indeed, and just behaving himself there for Jack, just doing what he should be doing. So, and Jack's just going to stand him up there for everyone. Jack's got it worked out. He's got the Yabby Dam Farm sign behind him as well as underneath him. Pat will be happy with that.
He loves a photo, Jack.
He does, actually. He's got the hair for it. I'm very jealous of the hair, I must say.
Looks like Ace Ventura.
He goes red very simply too, doesn't he? There's no worries there at all. Next one is lot number 91, another Used to Me. This bloke has thrown to his dad out of My Serene Queen. As I said, lot number 91, and he's a very, very flashy chestnut colt.
Yeah, no, he's a beautiful colt. Very much like the sire. Very much like the colt that won the Breeders' Crown there last year. Don't care, chestnut colt with a big white face, and he's out of a great family. And the sister to this horse was actually meant to be a very good horse, Reign Serene, but she had a conformation issue, and that's sort of what stopped her. But Emmett Brosnan's got her, and he actually asked if he could retain her to breed it. So that's what he thought of it, and this is the only other colt, the other foal that we've had out of the mare, and he's a beautiful colt. Yeah, very flashy and good balance, long colt, and we like him a lot.
Absolutely, he's got a good body about him too, hasn't he? Like sometimes when they're chestnut and they're flashy like that, people look at them and they get a little bit windy of them. But he's actually got a great body. Take the colour away, make him a plain bay, and he's got a beautiful body about him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
There's not a worry there. You like the Used to Me's. They seem to be able to handle it. We say about Don't Care. We say about flashy chestnuts. He doesn't look dissimilar to Don't Care, does he? Actually, but he's done a great job, like we're at start already.
He's statistically he's been phenomenal. Like he's only had limited numbers, and he's obviously Don't Care, won a Breeders' Crown, and I'm Set to Go as a good mare, and and a couple of other winners. But he's a horse that I couldn't talk highly of. Enough of. He's a horse I love, and I could have a stable full of them. I'd be happy with them, Paul.
You've got a nice lot of horses going through the sales. It must be a bit bittersweet, some of these colts, but I think you guys love watching them race as much as racing them yourselves.
Oh, definitely. We at the end of the day, we're a breeding farm, and that's what we do. We've set the place up to do that, and it's great to see him go on and do a job.
got a little shower going over the top of us, but it is only a little shower. We've got the What the Hill out of she's one of the boys in for the sale, going through now the New Zealand bred, and there's some great incentives from Kiwi buyers that are watching this online to get horses back into New Zealand. But hopefully this bloke, the way he looks, he stays here in Australia, because he's another big strong colt, isn't he?
Yeah, no, as you know, Pat's been generous enough to give a rebate to the horses going back to New Zealand, but yeah, this colt here, he's a beautiful colt. He's very different type to the other foals out of the mare. You know, he's a big, strong colt, and
we might just be quiet and just see if
Tom a little bit Toey there, but
Tom
he's a beautiful colt from a great family, and we like him. Yet.
He is big. He's, as I said, this wasn't set up 2 days ago, so they're doing a good job, some of these guys. And one of the clan, Jackson Me, there's some great winners in this family. Actually, Jackson Me, he's done a great job. This is actually how Jackson Me looks, isn't it?
Yeah, she's much like Jackson Me, and it was a big mare and big strong mare. So yeah, he's a beautiful colt. This colt, he's very, like I said, very different to the other ones that I've had out of the mare. One of the clan was quite a small, stocky horse, and Gunslinger was another one that was quite. Compact sort of horse, where this guy's got a bit of length and nice big long neck on him, and beautiful colt.
A lot of people remember Jackson Me. He hasn't raced for a little while, but he did win the homegrown and also the Vic bred, and just a lovely horse. It looks like he has a big future. I'd love to know where he's actually up to at the minute, but yeah, a lovely horse there. Tom's done a good job with him, because he's actually a bit of a handful, and we appreciate everyone just being that bit quiet too, because I think if this one took off, it'd take Tom for a walk with him, and he wouldn't be coming back. That's for sure. The next one up is 177. Is actually not quite into the ring yet, Anton, so I'll give you the heads up, mate. The camera's on you and I, just because I know you like that. And we have unfortunately got a passing shower going over the top, which is always good when you've got electrics out everywhere. I just love I love that.
Put my rubber boots on, you reckon?
I don't know why I didn't packle me here for Ballarat. Pat has a book for anyone here on track. On track, you like that? On site, Pat's breeding philosophy. It is over there. Please take one. Make sure you actually take one and have a look. Pat said 3 people might read it and actually really enjoy it, and everyone else might need something to put them to sleep. But it's actually his philosophy on breeding. I'm looking forward to actually probably doing a podcast with him as well, and just getting his ideas, Pat's, because he's got a lot of philosophies and ideas. So if you want to understand what Pat's about and what makes him tick, please take one. They're over there to be taken at any time. Take them home with you. They were Pat's own words. He said 3 people might like them, and the rest he wasn't that worried. But please take it and have a look. He's got some great ideas. Some of the bloodlines we got here are some of these horses going through the sale. Like they're all driven from Pat's philosophies, aren't they? Oh,
definitely, Paul. He's very passionate, and puts a lot of time into it. It's a lot of homework and doing crosses and sourcing mares and pedigrees and families, all that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, and then, we've been able to breed a beautiful bunch of horses.
It is actually raining just a little bit more than what we would like right at the minute. It's fairly teeming down, to say the polite way, Anton.
Ballarat.
It is Ballarat, so we'll just make things a little bit trickier for me now. We've got the father, Patrick. Now, this one here stands out. I'm sure there's a lot of people wanting to watch this one. The Une Belle Allure colt. Now, she done a terrific job out on the racetrack, Anton, that's for sure. The Une Belle Allure.
Yeah, this is a special colt, Paul. Really believe that this is the best colt we've bred so far. She was a champion 3-year-old filly, Une Belle Allure. She beat the boys in the Derby and won a Need for Speed and both the Oakses in Sydney and Victoria. She's from a great French family, and this is her first foal, her first colt. He's a beautiful colt, and he's just been special from day one. These are the types of horses that we dream to breed, and as you can see, he's a cracking type, and he's a beautiful colt.
The second dam's done a great job. Glenferrie Unica, I'll go with. She's only had the 3 foals, 3-year-old and older. 2 of those have raced, 2 have won. One of those is Beau Garçon. He just keeps getting better with age. That's the other key about this family, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely. But, being a French bred family, it's generally the way. They're not as precocious as, say, the American horses, but believe it or not, Une Belle Allure actually was our best 2-year-old that year, but got a paddock injury, and we didn't get to see her to race it too, but there was no fault of her own. She was ready. There's no reason at all why I wouldn't think this colt will go early. He's a beautiful colt, and like I said, I think he's the best colt we've bred.
Yep. It's as I said, I apologise for a few people. They'll see that I'm actually doing things underneath the covers. This shower will leave in a minute. I got Dave Brio over there telling me it's just a passing shower and the sun's going to come out in a minute. You've got to be bred hard here in Ballarat, I think, that's for sure.
It's testing.
It is very, very testing. Johnny's just doing something there behind the scenes as well, but we've got everything going on here, but it's all good. There's a good crowd, good turnout of people. You must be wrapped at the amount of people that have come.
I couldn't thank everyone more for coming, actually. We appreciate the support, and also I'll get the chance to thank all the guys for doing a great job, and obviously Pat for giving us the opportunity to breed these horses and work with these horses. It's we couldn't thank you enough, so we appreciate it.
The people that aren't on site here won't realise that the colts are probably 50 metres away, so that's the issue we've got. We will quicken up once the fillies, because the fillies are basically on our back door. It's just a matter of getting the boys backwards and bringing them back up. It's a bit of a big experience, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just trying not to get them across each other and have something go wrong back there.
Sarah's back there. She's the boss. She's driving it. She'll be they'll be running, that's for sure.
It'll be a boot camp. It'll be a boot camp back there. and I'm glad I'm not back there.
But we must also thank the staff as well, because it's a Sunday. They've been here early. I know Tom suggested he might have been going to be here from about 6 o'clock onwards. So there is a lot going on there. Yabby Dam, there's a little bit of a change of focus as to how you're going. You're not racing as many. Do you enjoy that side of it as much, like getting these yearlings up and going and breeding as few?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's always been the way we were heading. We had a good go at racing, and we had a lot of fun. We will still race some. We'll look to do a few fillies and develop some mares, and which we have done with a lot of these mares. We've had the mums or the brothers or sisters, and it's been great. But long term, that's the way we're heading to definitely breed a lot more, and I think a lot of people now are starting to get their head around about the French stallions, and that they are great stallions. So we're sort of heading in the right direction.
Absolutely, and we'll continue this talk. We've got another used to me coming through the sale. It's coming into the ring right now as Johnny pans around there to get him. This is lot number 195, which is a used to me out of A Bit of Magic, another quality mare offering the progeny up in this sale, mate.
Oh, this is a cracking colt, Paul. First foal out of a mare. The mare was a very, very good horse. She was a little bit tricky. She probably only would have had 15, 16 starts and won 8. He's from day one. He's been just a cracking colt, and big, strong colt from the great something about Maori family, and he's a beautiful colt, and obviously super well bred.
Very, very well bred. This is her first foal, A Bit of Magic, as you said, and she is a daughter of Sundon, that cross that I'd say a lot of people would be looking for out of something about Maori. She was a 2004 Australian Trotter of the Year, 2003, 4, 5 Australian Trotting Mare of the Year, so she's done everything, and she's had 13 foals herself, 6 winners, including the recent one, Central Otago, who won the Group 1 Homegrown Series just the other day. It was a recent sale from you guys, but he's done a great job and just keeps further enhancing this whole family, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously it's arguably the best family in Australian trotting. It just keeps giving, and I said the mum of this horse was a very, very good horse, and this is her first colt, and Pat was excited to go to use to me, and thankfully she's produced a cracker. Absolutely,
he's not the typical use to me. He doesn't have all the white bling, if you like, but he has plenty of it, that's for sure. Next up is another one, Access to Success. This is a Quacker Jet colt coming through. Geez, they're well grown, Anton. You must be wrapped at how they're grown out.
Yeah, this is another special colt, Paul. He's a colt that sort of came from nowhere early on. He just sort of flew under the radar. Then he just come into his own, and he's from one of the greatest families in North American blood in the book. From the family of Moneymaker and Nan's Catch, and this colt's got a stallion's pedigree, and what we like is this family's gone twice to the French stallions, and it's worked both times, with international money being a Love You, and there's another horse, Ready for Money by Ready Cash, who was one of the best 3-year-olds in North America last year. So like I said, this colt's got a real stallion's pedigree, and he's a beautiful colt, and the Quaker Jets have been fantastic, obviously, with I'm Ready Jet, and I'm a Maori jet, etc. And we're really excited about this colt.
Norquay is in this family. Peter Finozio, I know he's here. Chris Finozio, they've done a great job with her. She's, I think she has a few little niggling issues now, but she's a quality mare that could measure up to the as good of the mares that there are racing, and it's a half to her.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she's been a great little mare, and I think she's on her day. She's probably one of the best mares going around. She beat Dance Craze there one day at Bendigo and was fantastic. And obviously she's trotted in 56 and a piece, so she can go. But this horse being a half brother to her, and from a great family of moneymaker, it's a beautiful colt.
Quaker Jet himself, he's side nearly 300 European winners alone. What sort of stallion is Quaker Jet for the people that may not know the bloodlines?
Oh, he's a fantastic stallion. He's a horse with, you'll find it hard to have a better pedigree than him. Being a Love You, out of a great family, and he's been a fantastic stallion in Europe. Obviously, for a long time now with a bunch of top horses, and he's done a great job down here.
Absolutely, and as we said, we won't be far off. We've only got a couple more of the boys to come, and it just makes it a little bit hard getting them all up here. The girls have already started getting some of the fillies to come up. We've got another Quaker Jet too, and Love You, he's a little bit like Sundown, isn't he? The legacy that he's leaving in the breeding circuits in France and now in Australia, it's key to the breeding part, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's a sire of sires, Paul. He's he's very rare you get them stallions that their sons go on and do a job, but he's definitely one. He's got a heap of sons there, obviously Quaker Jet, Royal Dream, etc. They're all great stallions, so he's a special horse.
Have a look at this little fella here coming into the ring, the little black fella. Quaker Jet out of Glenferrie-Burn. Everyone will remember her, the winner of 18 races, nearly $230,000 plus in stakes. He's a beautiful colt, and black. Everyone likes a black colt, don't they?
Yeah, no, he's another beautiful colt. Very typical to the mare, from a great family, obviously of Speeding Spur, and she was a great mare, the mum, and this is her first foal, being a Quaker Jet colt, and he's another one that sort of flew under the radar early days, and then in the last sort of couple of weeks he's really come on, and he's grown and he's matured, and he's a beautiful colt.
Everyone forgets how good a horse Glenferrie-Burn was, but she was a multiple Group 1 winner. So you got a chance of buying a colt out of a multiple Group 1 winning mare, who's actually out of a Group 1 winning mare herself in Adela's Dash. It's just, they're all families. And then you said, back to Speeding Spur, you got the Kiwis should be lining up for this one just as much as the Aussies.
Yeah, no, he's as far as his page goes, mate, it's a fantastic page, and he ticks all the boxes. He's correct, he's strong, he's very alert, he's a sharp horse.
And he's quite relaxed. He's just walking around there now, just behaving himself, and doing a really good job. Adela's Dash was only tiny. He's already bigger than Adela's Dash, so he's a good size, isn't he?
Yeah, no. And the mum was very small also. Glenferrie-Burn, she was only a small filly, and this guy would be as big, if not bigger, than her right now. So like I said, he's just been one, and especially in the last couple of weeks, the guys have really talked him up, said that he's come a long way in a short time.
And he's nice and sensible, behaving himself there, and just walking around behaving himself. So I'll leave the camera on you, Johnny, for the next one, mate, which is the Orlando Vici. Out of class of her own. I know Chris Lang is here on site today looking. He'll be tuned into this one a little bit with Invasion's Pride being the second dam. But the Orlando Vici out of a Yankee Paco mare in class of her own, mate. This dam of always ready.
Yeah, we love this colt. He's, along with Une Belle Allure, he's probably one of our top picks on colts, and he actually, besides his colour, he's a dead ringer for Always Ready. He looks like him, he walks like him, he has the same attitude. He's just an easygoing, beautiful colt, and he's been perfect to deal with from day one. And the full brother to this colt, Rohan, is a lot better horse than his record suggests so far. He won first up like a good horse, and then had a few little issues which were no fault of his own. It was my fault, and this colt's his full brother, and he's a beautiful horse.
You like Rohan? You actually said that the other day to me. You're keen on him.
He's a good horse. Yeah, he's a good horse. He just had a few little issues, and like I said, no fault of his own. It was my fault, and but now this is his full brother. But like I said, this colt's much more like Always Ready than Rohan. He reminds me so much of him, just in everything he does, and from a fantastic family of Let Me Through, and and a bunch of good horses. He's a great colt.
Absolutely. We're about to swap over to the fillies, so anyone that's watching at home, these guys will be the fillies coming through now. The first one won't be far off coming through, which is another Orlando Vici. We've got quite a few of the Orlando Vicis going through. You like Orlando Vici, mate?
He's been a great stallion. You know, statistically, I think it's he's had a silly amount of winners for foals.
I can tell you, actually, if I read it properly, it'd be fine.
Yeah,
756 European winners.
Yeah, and down here, you know, he's been a great stallion. Obviously, you know, Brandlow Prince and Zebek winning in the Trotters Derby, and Just Believe's a good horse for Mick Hughes. He's a top horse, and he's been a great stallion.
We've still got relatives of those still to come through this sale. I mean, that's the quality of this. You've said a couple of great horses just then, and we don't even have any of those coming through the sale as we speak. But this next one coming up, Heavenly Sister, I'm sure a lot of people will be tuned into it. They'll be watching the dams right to the end too, because Aldebaran Eve is right at the end. So, I mean, it's another class. You've got to watch all of them as they go through, because there's a lot of fillies coming through, and I'm sure Pat's looking forward to seeing them, one on the racetrack, but then also once they get onto the breeding as well, to breed on, because I think that's part of Pat's legacy, isn't it, is to improve the way the trotters have gone, which he has done, and there's a lot of other people behind the scenes pushing the trotters along. But it's a proud time, I think, to have a trotter. I think anyone should have a trotter. I'm a very proud trotting man, don't you worry about that. So I love promoting them as best we can. There's no worries there.
Yeah, no, it's as you said, it's to see these horses go on and obviously be great racehorses and then be great broodmares. It'll be great for us.
Absolutely. Well, Mark Barton. Mark might come in and just join us. I'll get Johnny just to swing the camera a bit wider. Mark, do you want to just come in for a sec here from Nutrien? I've just got to get everything out from underneath the water. But just give you that microphone there, Mark. We've just got a bit of a delay here with the horses coming through. You must be wrapped with the turnout for a start. It's a good turnout, mate. And I'll get you to come. I'll tell you what I'll do. You go next to Anton. And we'll be fine. It won't be a hassle, and Johnny will have us there anyway. But you must be wrapped in the turnout of people.
Oh, look, wrapped to be here in Ballarat. It's typical Ballarat autumn day, I suppose. So it's good to see the turnout, but it's great to see the turnout of the horses too. They're exceptional.
Absolutely, you'd be excited about the sale. There's a lot of build-up. Getting a bit nervous, I suppose, now. Only a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
I've said that to plenty of people. If you weren't nervous, you probably don't care enough. So we're probably as nervous as a lot of the vendors, but it's an exciting. The next 2 weeks. It's been probably 18 months in the making where we are today. So we're looking forward to the next 2 weeks, and I guess it's our opportunity to showcase all the hard work that's been done by these breeders.
And days like this are key, aren't they, to getting an international audience? We've got Kiwis will be watching, and the likes, to be able to get people to watch from and tune in is key, isn't it?
I think it's a matter of making sure that the product, whether it be trotters, paces, just make sure that the awareness is out there. And I think the ability to go back and rewatch, I reckon, is the key. People are making a more informed decision. They're under less pressure, and when you can hear from the people that have actually made the breeding decisions with the mares, what their strategy was when they actually bred the mare, I think it gives people a lot more in-depth knowledge of what's about.
Absolutely. We're just going to throw to this next yearling, Johnny, if you like, as it comes through, which is there now. Which is the first of the fillies coming through, an Orlando Vici at a Heavenly Sister. Anton, this is she was a quality mare herself. She won $130,000 in stakes. Her first foal. She was Group 1 mare. She raced in most of the Group 1s, placed in those as well, and she's a quality mare, Heavenly Sister, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a great mare, Paul. She was a mare that we raced, and this foal's a cracking filly. It's actually like a little clone of her, to tell you the truth. It dead ringer for her mum, and a beautiful filly, great balance, bit of length, and like I said, just looks exactly like her mum. And it's bred on the Franco-American cross. Yeah, she's strong. She's built like a little colt, and she's a filly that we really like, and everybody that's had anything to do with her has liked her from day one. She's got a great attitude, and a really nice filly.
She is, and she's a good walker. She's having a good look around, but she's definitely going to be one of the keys to sale. You said about Just Believe. Heavenly Sister was a half to Just Believe. Also shared interest. We've got Chris Langer, as I said here. We've got quite a few trotting people here. Just good bloods that just keep leaving good winners, Group 1 winners. Yeah,
just good family, mate. Just a great family. And like I said, bred on the Franco-American cross, which, we're starting to see. We see it all over the world. It just works, and this is a filly that we really like.
One of the familiar faces I see here is Frank Evans, and we've got the Sanana Trotters Cup here, so winner with shared interest, so it's related to this one. So Frank, I think you should buy this one. It might be a future Sanana Cup winner, you never know. Like, it might be a little bit of a tease going there. We probably could have done one more lap, but it's okay. We don't have to rush through. We'll just keep going through all of them as they go. But a lot of travelling for you with New South Wales and the floods. It's key though to getting around to these sort of places in these days, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's now that you're really seeing these horses really looking their best. It's probably one of the things being a little bit later our sale. I think that growth that you see in the horses this last 8-10 weeks, we really do see that growth spurt in these youngsters, and I guess it's exciting to see these will be graduates for sales in 12 months. But I was only talking about this to people earlier. Yeah, the statistics of buying one of these fillies or colts and coming back to the 3-year-old races back in Victoria in a couple of years' time, the odds are pretty good. If you look at about 30 fillies and 30 colts in the trotting part of our catalogue, you're about a 3-to-1 chance of getting into a final and chasing some serious money in 2 years' time.
Absolutely, and we'll cross on to that in a second. That'll be our next little bit of a chat. We'll make sure people are aware of that. But we've got the Lady Angus out of Orlando, by Orlando Vici. Very sorry. First foal, Anton, in the parade ring now, mate.
Yeah, no, she's another really nice filly, big strong filly. The dam of this horse was actually a very good horse. It never really got to show her full ability. She had an injury that we couldn't sort of get right, but she was a horse that I thought was meant to be a top horse, and obviously she's a sister to the Fiery Ginga, and from a great family. Maidstone Miss there, won a Redwood, and Countessa Hest, and it's just a great family, New Zealand family.
2-year-old trotting colt of the year was Fiery Ginga. This one wants to go early. Was happy to take Tom with him as well when it was going out to send.
Yeah, she's just about ready to race.
She is ready to race, but as I said, it's a different experience. But I actually like the experience. Do you like seeing them in the way we're parading them here today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was a fellow who showed me a lot about horses. Doesn't matter what discipline, but beautiful is what beautiful does was a common theme he used to have. And I think when you got well-bred horses that are structurally sound, and they've got to have that little bit of X factor if they're going to be great. And I think that's a great way to see them like this.
And this is like in their flesh, so people aren't able to get to the farms, and a lot of people say you've got to go out and see them in their natural environment and the likes. This is the next best thing. She's a fiery little filly, but she's not doing anything wrong. The only thing she wants to do is get the show on the road. That's her downfall, and Tom's going to go another lap, which is really good. So just give people, we'll wait for the next one to come through. But the incentives that Pat's put on for the trotters too, we've got to make sure that people are aware that if you buy a trotter, some of the bonuses you can get with those going forward.
Yeah, and it's 2023. We're looking a long way out. It's I guess breeding a champion takes a long time to make, and it's these horses that we're seeing here today and all the trotters in the catalogue, they've got the chance to come back in 2023 in Victoria and chase a $125,000 trotting filly and a $125,000 trotting colt or gelding incentive for these graduates. So it's like I say, about 30 potentials in each class. So you buy one of those and there's a 3-to-1 chance of chasing. I think it would be the richest race in the Southern Hemisphere, I think, for trotting 3-year-olds.
Yeah, I think it is, Mark. I think you're right. Yeah, it's a great incentive, and as you said, these horses are, they're well raised, they're well bred, and it's a great bunch of horses.
She did a good job, that filly just then. I'll cut you guys off. I know you keep going in a minute, but didn't she settle down beautifully in the end? She behaved herself, and that was very well done. I think showcasing how she can settle down and grow into it. This one will have a lot of people sitting up as well, Anton. A little Wishing Stone. He's done a great job, Wishing Stone, as a horse in the sales, as a horse in general, as a stallion. Sorry. Yeah,
I think it's he's had 7 startups to 7 winners, if I'm correct, Paul. He's been a great stallion. He's just worked for down here for some reason. Obviously this is a top quality filly. Sister, I'm ready, Jet, and I'm set to go. And she's another one that Tom and the guys have just said from day one she's been a great filly to work with, and she's shown a little spark there. But beautiful type of filly, very correct. Top quality horse.
The beauty of a filly like this, though, is that you've got the dual purpose here too, as a racehorse. As you can see, she's ready to go. She looks a 2-year-old type, as you see her just there, and the rest. But then you've got $200,000 plus sisters that are going to be breeding on as well. So you've got that reciprocal value that later on you can become a leading breeder like Pat is here with Yabby Dam Farm.
Yeah, and even below, you've got Mon Bay there and Deidre Don, a bunch of. It's just been a great family, and this is a filly that we've liked from day one, and she's very much like her two sisters. Got a bit of attitude and a bit of spunk about her, and she's a filly that we really like.
One of the things I'll say to you, Mark, is the strength of this sale. I've gone through. You can see my catalogue there in front of me, and I've highlighted a lot of the key points. The one thing I highlight a lot of is Trotter of the Year, Broodmare of the Year. The strength in this catalogue is amazing, isn't it?
I think it's one of our real privileges to see this Yabby Dam draft. There's 30-odd horses, and genetically some of these fillies they've been unavailable in Australia for a lot of people to buy these fillies, race them, chase some money, but that residual value or to strengthen their own breeding programs. I think this is one of the unique opportunities that the catalogue offers with with Pat's draft in the sale.
I'm set to go, Anton. One of the sisters to this horse here. You guys got a real soft spot for it. Marika, I know, absolutely loves her. She's a little bit of a unique talent, but she's got a lot of untapped ability, hasn't she?
Oh, she's a very good horse, Paul. On her day, she's as good as any. She beat the best ones there this year, and she's quirky. She's got a few little tricks, but when she's good and when she's right, she's very, very good. And obviously the other sister, I'm Ready Jet, she's a horse that I think she's probably one of the best horses I've trained, and she's already won 2 Group 1s and is a top filly.
More to come hopefully with her too, so don't worry about that. We have got in the parade ring now lot number 33, which is the Orlando Vici out of KD Muscles. This will have the Kiwis sitting up as well. Anton, winner of 11 races and $170,000 in stakes, second in the New Zealand Trotters Oaks, won the listed New Zealand Classic, but also Dullard Cup winner, and the first foal out of KD Muscles.
Yeah, this is a beautiful, big, strong filly. First foal out of the mare, and very similar to the mare. Out of a good muscle mass mare. Obviously, KD Muscles that Andy trained and was fantastic. She had a season or two there where she was probably one of the best in the country, and this foal definitely she threw to the mum, and she's a big, strong filly, and as I said, it's from a great family, twice as much, and it's a filly we like.
I'm sure you do, and as you said, quite a strong filly there. She stands up over a lot of ground. You've got to remember Jack's quite a tall lad, and she stands up with him very well, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, she's a big, strong girl, and obviously she's a little headstrong there, trying to push Jack around, but she's a beautiful filly and very, very nice horse.
Jack's doing a good job, actually. He's handling it all. It hasn't put a hair out of place on Jack, that's for sure. So I wonder how long that hair takes to do. Does he ever actually say how long it takes to get that right? Anton's not going to give him a hard time because he's got to work with him all the time, Mark. That's one of the problems that you can have. But this next one, we'd say about the bloodlines, Mark, going around, but to have a filly offered up by Love You, I think is just amazing. I think there'll be a lot of breeders, future breeders, be looking at this filly for a long-term project, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you've got proven families that, like I say, haven't been available to us in Australia, or the New Zealanders, like you say, to have a look at what's about. I guess the one common theme, there's just such beautiful bone horses. You see a draft of horses where it's very hard to pick a fault. I think, like you say, that beautiful is what beautiful does. But when you've got horses that are balanced, they've got great great muscle pattern to them, but you've got to have that little bit of X factor, and you're seeing one after another that are coming through here that you could put a tick on. But I just love that last filly, really special filly, I thought. Love You, Anton. He's a freak of a horse. He's a big, strong, strapping stay, and he just keeps breeding winner after winner. You must be a little bit in two minds of one that this one's been offered up. I'm sure you would have loved to have trained this filly out of Miss Montebello. Yeah, no. Paul, to be honest, the dam of this horse was probably, I guess every trainer's probably got this story, but she was probably one of the best horses I ever had that never made the races. She had a freak paddock injury, but I had her at the same time as Dance Craze. They were both 2-year-olds, and I actually had a better opinion of this horse, the mum of this thing.
I've got the 2-year-old sister to this one who's a Quaker Jet, a 3/4 sister, and we really like her. She's a good little filly, and where this filly's actually a much better type, and it's a beautiful filly from a great family, obviously Vincennes and the great Maori family. It's a really, really high quality filly.
That wasn't a sales pitch because we actually spoke about it. This filly walked through a little bit earlier on the Yabby Dam Farm. Signs weren't up, and she's noticed that they weren't up earlier when she was having a look. But you did actually say that to me, that you can even tell me the paddock where the paddock accident unfortunately happened. She really struck a crawl to you, didn't she? Yeah.
No, it was a cruel blow, to tell you the truth. It's just one of them things, I guess, we can't control. But yeah, it was meant to be a top horse, Miss Manitoba, and she's turning out to be a great broodmare. Like I said, the 2-year-old out of this mare, I've got a really high opinion of, and I think this filly's actually a better type than her.
Absolutely. I've stayed on you, Johnny, if you're wondering, because we've got lot number 97 just about to come into the ring, although it doesn't want to just yet, so we might flick back to us boys just for a second until this one comes in. Let the guys get it up and behind. That way they've done a good job, these babies, though. It is a little bit daunting. That we've got the smell of the barbecue even going over the top, so that makes it a little bit trickier as well. But this is the Olinde Vici out of Nieta. Nieta was a beautiful trotting mare herself, Anton.
Yeah, no, obviously I trained the mum of this horse. She was a very good horse, Nieta. She had a few tricks, but she was one that we're always very excited to breed out of, from the great family of La Cucaracha, Dance Craze. First foal, and it's a beautiful type of filly.
She just does not want to come into the ring just at the moment,
she's got a few tricks there.
She's going now.
Jack will fix it.
Jack got it.
Jack's presence got that done.
It's all right. We've got hay bales in front of us, and I'm tipping we're very happy we've got them now. Now she's right. She's away now. She's a striking colour, Anton, isn't she as well?
Yeah. Her mum was a very good horse. Obviously, she won the Breeders' Crown Consolation. She was third in the Oaks, and she was a very, very good filly with big, strong mare, and from one of the greatest families in the Australian stud book. It's a great family, and this is a very high quality filly.
Cookie's done a great job. You said there about the second dam. Cookie's done a great job, like just leaving winners herself, but also broodmares that go on. You've got the opportunity to get a filly here by Orlando Vici, as I said, out of Nieta, who's a daughter of Cookie and a race-winning daughter of Cookie as well. 9 wins, $76,000 in stakes. Won the Breeders' Crown Silver, the Group 3, third in the New South Wales Trotters Oaks. So just a dead set quality family to get hold of.
Yeah, no, this is a filly's got a great value as a broodmare when she's done racing, and she's top quality. Absolutely,
and she's taken to it now. She's settling down. It is very, very daunting. Like, there was no people here before when she did walk through, and hay bales weren't up. And have a look at her there. She's just standing up beautifully, and she's right. She's got it all sorted. So I think you're doing a good job. The staff are doing a great job. They probably feel they're thinking, oh, everyone's looking at us at the time, and it's all going pear-shaped. But they did a great job and walked out very, very sensibly. We've left the camera on her there too, just to be able to showcase how well she did walk out. And I keep saying it, you can't do this without your staff, and the staff did a good job there just to make sure that they got that filly into the ring. It was all hands on deck to get her into the ring at times, so that's always key. Anton's going to give me nothing, but it's a big no, you're right. It's a big show, this, isn't it, to get this many yearlings into a parade ring as a live feed.
Yeah, and I think you look at the average stable, you're probably seeing 2, 3, 4 horses getting prepped for a sale, and you look at some of these stables we've been to, and you've been to the last couple of weeks. It's a lot of staff, it's a lot of work, and I think it's not your top horse. It's making sure the whole draft's looked after, and I think it's a credit to Pat and his team and Anton and the team. They've like I say, they're producing an article that it's a racing product, but it's like I say, there's 2 years of work before we even get to here. Choose your breeding and then get them foaled out, then get those mares or those weanlings done and get them to here. So it's a real credit to the whole team.
Absolutely, and we've got lot number 127 just walked in. We'll get back to that in a second, but this is a muscle mass out of Reina Denzante. How do we say this one?
Reina Denzante.
Anton's got these words better than me. This is the first foal, 8 wins. just under $100,000 in stake money mare. She won at 3. She won the Super Series Group 1 as a 3-year-old as well, and another daughter of La Cucaracha, mate.
Yeah, this is a filly that that we've loved from day one. She was a beautiful foal, and she's developed into a beautiful yearling. From a 2-time Group 1 mini winning daughter of La Cucaracha. It's her first foal, and from the family obviously of Dan's Craze, and that it's just been a top quality filly from the start. And she's one that everybody that's had anything to do with her has just loved her. And obviously she's a cracking type, a big strong filly, beautiful walk, great conformation, and she's a very special filly.
Four white feet. Some people worry about it. I don't know why they worry about it. She's not going to know any different, is she?
No, she won't know, mate.
No, that's right. She's got them there, and she's got a lot of growing to do too. Looking at her, she's a lot bum up, if you like, if that's the right way to put it. But she's got a fair bit of growing to do as well. Yeah,
a lot of the better muscle masses have been quite big, strong horses. I remember having a look at Mexicana last year, and she was quite a big, strong mare. And we had Custodian stay here when Mark stayed here one time, and he was a big strong horse. And obviously Nieta, the one that we had, she was a big strong horse. So this one here looks like she's going to develop into be a big strong mare. And she's a beautiful filly,
and conformationally very sound as well there. Johnny was able to get a good shot of the legs straight on, so which is key. People who are here are going to be able to have an inspection of some of these horses, but to try and showcase everything as we can to the people. I must say a big thank you to Johnny for coming and giving me a hand here today too. It makes it a lot easier. I've still got my hands full as it is pushing buttons, but Johnny's done a great job in making it a lot easier for me. So and so have the staff. Tom's done a good job. He hasn't been with the farm for very long, and you throw a live Yearling Parade onto him. It's sort of so like, we can't get your smile just then, but he's doing a good job. I thought he had a dark complexion to his hair a little while ago. He's definitely got a grey tinge to it now, that's for sure. There's no worries there. Lot number 140 is about to come into the ring. This is another Orlando Victory. There's a bit of an update here. Parisian Artist is actually down there is only the one place. It has definitely won a 3-year-old now and $15,000 in stakes, and it got into the ring a little bit quicker than I was ready there, Anton.
Yeah, no, this is a beautiful filly, Paul, from Schleck. Was a mare that Barry Purdon trained, and he had a high opinion of the mare, and due to injuries she never got to go on as a racehorse, but talking to him, he really liked the mare, and it's from the very good family of obviously Jamondi and Lamond, and goes down back to Buster Hanover, and it's actually, she'd be bigger now than Parisian Artist is already. Yep. He's quite a small horse, and the mare's not a big mare, so we were rapt when we seen a nice big strong filly from this mare, and she's a beautiful type.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamondi, you say there before, he's a quality horse, and he's only going to get better. I mean, what's written next to him, it'll get better this year, because he's a really good horse for the Fitzpatricks up in New South Wales, isn't he? Yeah,
no, definitely. I know, talking to Blake, he really likes him, Jamondi, and he come down here and he won a heat at a derby, and he's a top quality horse.
Absolutely, and then we keep saying there's relations to lots of them there. This horse is going to actually walk back behind us now. Jack's got him there. We've got the camera sort of blocked off for people, so they can't see, but we're going to be able to see that one going through. Pat doesn't mind going to any stallion, frozen semen or collected. I mean, we've got What the Hill coming through in a minute. He likes spreading his breeding out, and as I said to anyone that wants to, there's his breeding philosophy there, but it's key to being able to breed and increase the breed of trotters, isn't it, what Pat's been able to do?
Yeah, definitely, Paul. Try and not put all your eggs in one basket, and you sort of want to try and sort of spread the stallions about, so then when we do breed on in future broodmares, we can cross with other horses. We have no problem at all with using frozen semen. We've had great success with it, and but with the right chilled horse comes along, we'll use that too.
This one here, this would mean a little bit to you, I'm sure, out of Show Me The Maori, one of your favourite horses in Vincennes, is at the top of the pedigree page. I know he's always going to have a soft spot in your heart.
Oh, he was tough as nails, Paul, and this filly, to be honest, she is the best type of fillies that the mare has thrown. The one horse was a very good horse, Show Me The Cash, but had an injury, and then Bootmont was quite a frail filly, where this one here is a beautiful type and very different to the other types, and I've got a massive opinion of Maydan. I think he's a very good horse, and he's probably 6 months away. But this is a beautiful filly.
Beaumont, she done a good job though. All the same, like it's interesting you say she was frail because I actually quite liked the filly.
Yeah, she was fast. She was just a little fragile sort of filly, and she wouldn't have been sort of much bigger than this horse when she was racing. Where this filly she's by far the best type out of the mare that I've seen. Maydan, as I said, I really got a big opinion of that horse, but he's not a beautiful horse by any means. Where this filly's, she looks like a good trotting filly.
We say about the stallions and the collection of stallions that are in this sale. Mark, you must be actually roped to have What the Hill's in here, because the way they sold at the recent New Zealand sale, the Kiwis really loved them, and he throws a good stamp on a horse, doesn't he, Anton? They all seem to look the same as well.
Yeah, definitely, Paul. He's sold fantastic there, that first sale in New Zealand. We're really happy to have a bunch in the sale. And
back to the
I think if you've got a sire that breeds a type, that's what everyone's looking for, that you can see consistency. And I know talking to Cam Bray, New Zealand Bloodstock, about that draft of those horses there, and they said that they were looked up. They stood a lot of inspection and they sold it particularly well. So we're excited to have the draft in our catalogue in a couple of weeks' time.
Absolutely, and we've got another What the Hill, and I say about a stamp so people can go backwards and forwards. The beauty of this is watching it live. It'll actually still be recorded. It'll be up on all Campbell's comments pages, plus all the Yabby Dam pages. You'll be able to go backwards and forwards and be able to watch this. But What the Hill really throws a stamp. They all look very similar. They stand up, very strong-looking trotters, Anton.
Yeah, they're very typical of an American bred horse. The fillies are long fillies, big ears, good balance. They're very typical of an American sire, and he stamps them. And this is another filly that from a great family of Lyle Creek, who you don't see on the page, but he's back there, and it's the dam's been a good mare already. McGee, Freddie Spiteri's done a fantastic job with her, and Montpellier was a horse that we sold to America, who's done a great job over there.
And you had a very big soft spot for Montpellier. I know that you really liked him a few times. I interviewed you with him. You had that smirk that you just got right now. You actually really enjoyed him, didn't you?
Yeah, he was a good horse. We probably shot ourselves in the foot. We probably should have gelded him earlier, but he was a good horse, and we got the right money for him to go to America, and I know the guys over there love him. So hopefully in the next couple of months, when the weather gets better over there, we'll see him racing. But they really like him, the guys over there.
2-year-old New Zealand 2-year-old of the year in Cullens Creek. We've got 3-year-old trotter of the year in Kadoon. Just keeps going. My highlighter was just about out of ink by the time I got it, but I keep saying to you there about the New Zealand trotters of the year and that going through. Interesting one thing you just said to me just then, Anton, big ears. Something that I hadn't actually looked at, and I said to Johnny hasn't done a lot of stuff with the yearlings. I said, don't worry about the ears, worry about the legs, but you don't mind big ears?
It's a funny little thing, I've had a couple of good, Chuck Sylvester's a great trainer in the States, and he once told me, he said, trotting fillies have got to have big ears.
Wow.
That was his thing, but
it's taken
I don't know if there's any truth to it.
Sensational. I've got a big head. Does that mean I've got big ears as well? Does that mean I stand out or not? I'm not sure. But it's quite interesting. You've been around. You've seen a lot of people, and you've gained a lot of experience that hold you in good stead, like for picking yearlings as well. Do you think?
I'm not sure if it holds me in good stead, but it's all homework, Paul. It's what. I guess it's you get out of what you put in. If you put a lot of time and work into it, hopefully you get the rewards back. But I've been lucky to work with and around some great trainers, and but we're all guessing really at the end of the day.
I've been doing a bit of a series, what people look for in a sales catalogue. What is one of the first things? How do you go about the first part of it, Anton?
Obviously, if the horse is attractive, I have a certain type.
Seems to be key.
Yeah. I have a certain type that I like, and but in saying that, they can come from anywhere. Absolutely.
We've got 178. We will continue it. Don't worry, you don't get away with it that simply. But we've got the Trixton filly out at Glenferrie Nexa. She's only had the 3 foals, 2 have raced, 2 have won. Une Belle Allure and Beau Garçon. You don't have to say too much more than that, do we?
Oh no, this is a special filly. She's been my pick from day one, this filly, and just everything about her. Even before we knew, when they were all out in the paddock as babies, I wasn't exactly sure which one she was, but I just watched her grow, and she was just that little bit better than everything else. And I actually took Pat out to the paddock and told him that was my pick of him. We didn't know who she was, and turned out to be this filly. And she is a beautiful filly. She's a top quality filly, Franco-American bred, and obviously, we'd want her to be a great racehorse, but she'll be a fantastic broodmare. Like I said, she's been my pick from day one, this filly.
Real racy type, neat, all ready to go. Like you say about 2-year-old types, she just looks so in proportion, doesn't she?
Yeah, like I said, just from a young horse, she was just physically better than everything else, and she carried herself in the paddock, and they'd trot along, and she'd always be in front, and she was just special from day one.
Absolutely, and by the same sire as Utopia and the like, who we know what sort of a job Utopia's done. Trixton's, they are hard to get by. I asked you just there before, Anton, about what you actually look for in the sales catalogue and going forward, and good type. That's the sort of horse that stands out to you?
Yeah, they're easy to like them ones, Paul.
Absolutely, yeah. I did ask another person, I don't know if he's here today, actually what he looks for, and he says it's a bit like your future girlfriend. You just want to, the initial part you want to like, and then you sort of work the rest of it out after that. And
that's a good way to put it.
It is a good way. I won't shelf them in, Mark. Don't worry about that.
It's an interesting part of the catalogue there too, Paul. You've got 177. We saw that colt, that Father Patrick, that Anton said that he thought a whole lot of, and that filly follows him in the catalogue. And then we've got another Yabby Dam horse, 3 in a row. Like it's a real highlight part of Sunday.
It's going to be, yeah. And the trotting people will be able to stay in there. We've got a lot of big buyers in the trotters, and they'll be able to stay into there and get involved. We've got
and this one as well. Like you're going to have 3 outstanding Yabby Dam horses come in the Father Patrick colt, followed by these 2 beautiful fillies. It's it's going to be an interesting part of the afternoon.
Good part of the day.
Absolutely, and this is a quality mare herself. 12 wins, $122,000 in stakes. Group 1 reigner. Done a great job. This is her second foal, but the first is only a 2-year-old and hasn't met and have a look at that for a stance. Well done, Johnny. Ears forward. She looked immaculate just then, standing there, didn't she?
Beautiful filly, Paul. She's obviously from a very good mare. Won the Breeders' Crown as a 4-year-old, a mum, and mare that we trained here. And the first foal out of this mare, Blake Fitzpatrick it's a use to me, and he loves it. I asked him when I was in Sydney a couple of weeks ago how she was, and he couldn't have talked highly enough of it. And very different type to this filly. This filly's a big, strong filly, a lot of length, and she's a beautiful filly.
She's a very, very strong filly, stands up, and I love that part, puts her ears forward. As soon as she stands still, she puts her ears forward and says, hey, look at me.
Yeah, she's very alert, and a cracking type.
Absolutely. I'm making sure I'm on the right horse before I was on the right horse. Ends in a party. The second dam, Let's Be Happy, is 100% producer, 5 wins, 5 foals, 5 winners, and horses like Ends in a Party, quality cups performer here in Australia, and just keeps, well, he's probably finished now, but he did a great job for many years, didn't he?
Yeah, no, it's obviously from a good American family, and she's been a great mare. Obviously, Let's Be Happy, 100% producer, and like I said, the dam of this horse, she was a good mare herself and won the Breeders' Crown at 4, and then was Group 1 placed multiple times and was a very good racehorse.
You must pinch yourself and Pat, when you drive out to the paddock and you sort of say, I wonder what that one is, and then you pick up a pedigree page and you're like, wow, look at that. Sort of, it's just, so when they stand out and then you pick the pedigree page up, it must really, sort of pinch yourself as like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, it's not often, Paul, that you see a page and the horse matches the page, we're so fortunate this year that we've got a great, draft of horses, and a lot of them as individuals, they match their pages, so we're very pleased with that.
Absolutely, and then I've said it a couple of times, but I'll say it again too, when they're by little bloke that you had a little bit to do with in Used to Me, leaving Group 1 winners himself, and then siring fillies that look as strong as this one here. What a cracking filly.
There's this beautiful filly, big strong filly, and from a very good mare, Amarula. She won she won a derby in South Australia, and then was second in the Victorian Oaks and third in the Victorian Derby, and a very high quality mare. And this is her first foal. It's a beautiful, big, strong filly, and it's another one that we've liked from day one. She's just done everything right.
It's amazing the depth in this sale. Derby winners, like a lot of people, they'll have fillies and they'll be Oaks winners and all the rest, and that's a highlight. But I think there's 3 or 4 out of Derby winners themselves in this sale as well, which is key, isn't it?
Yeah, as you know, Paul, it's very hard for the fillies to race the boys, and when they do win a Derby, I think it makes them a pretty special filly.
But a filly like this one here, big strong filly too, you wouldn't be scared to take the boys on with her, would you? Like she'll handle herself.
Yeah, seems to be. Yeah, she's a big, strong, beautiful type, and
Got a little bit of chestnut on the farm too, haven't you?
Yeah, no, we got a lot of chestnut. Used to meet the chestnut himself, and we have nothing wrong with chestnuts.
People that are here, we've got the barbecue happening. Unfortunately, the wind's blowing the wrong way, and so if anyone's watching at home, it looks a little bit smoky. It's just a barbecue, so please don't worry at all. The 4th dam here, you don't necessarily have to go that far down, but 100 producers, multiple winners going through, 7 winners, Group 1 winners all the way through the page, and that's key to being able to sell these horses and buy a horse that not only you have a racing product, but you've also got a broodmare going forward.
Yeah, definitely, Paul. This from a good New Zealand family, and you want something to fall back on, I guess. If they don't make it as racehorses, they can always go on to be great broodmares. And this is a beautiful filly, big strong filly, and you'd expect a filly like this when she grows out to be eventually a great broodmare.
Unfortunately, no one could see just then. The barbecue was dead set going the wrong way for our footage, so we do apologise for that one. Unfortunately, we need the wind to change direction. I actually need it to change direction because I'm hungry and the food smells sensational. But she's a lovely filly, standing up very, very correct just there, and she's done a good job. Next one is ready to come through, so we won't banter on about too much as we come through. We've got lot number 221, 221, which is a What the Hill filly out of Ballyronan. This is another first foal. You've got a lot of maiden mares having first foals in this sale catalogue as well, which is key, isn't it?
Yeah, no, this mare's filly's from a great mare, a very good Love You mare. Obviously sub 2 minute winning mare, and this is from a fantastic family, the family of Lowell Creek and Arbo and a bunch of other top horses, and this is another filly that we've really liked from the start. She's beautiful, as you said, typical What the Hill type. He stamps them, and she's done everything right from day one. This filly, she's good length and good balance and a beautiful type. We're really excited about her.
Absolutely. $65,000 in stakes. She was 3rd in the Bull Eye Trotters Cup, but she's 7 wins, best time of 1:58.1. But then you've got the Sundon, so you've got she's out of a Love You mare, sorry. And then you've got the Sundon Cross. Everyone wants that in their pedigrees, don't they?
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic cross, and like I said, it's been just a great family for a long time, and just keeps producing top horses, and this is a beautiful filly.
A lot of USA blood in here too as well, Anton, in this family, like USA winners.
Yeah, no, a lot of these have gone over and then done a job over there, and we had another filly out of this family, I'm a Bourbon Girl, who was a very good mare, and
you had a soft spot for her too, didn't you?
She was a good mare, yeah, she was a good mare.
I know sometimes, as I say, you talk to Anton, you get a bit of a gleam about him, and I do remember talking about I'm a Bourbon Girl a couple of times, and you really did like her as a horse of the future. But I don't know how you say the second dam. I'll go with Loch Nye, but 7 to race, 7 to win, and then also producing mares as well. So you can't go wrong with this one here by What the Hill. And as I said, the What the Hills in New Zealand, they absolutely loved them and really wanted to get involved. Don't forget also Pat's Incentive. If you are watching this in New Zealand, you've got Pat's Incentive as well to be able to get those horses back, which is huge, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, look, we can't be more thankful for what Pat's done with our race series, but then you've got the added incentive for those people offshore that want to come, but there's also the people that have got horses here by your stable of size too, that there's support for those horses to sustain as well. So it's been a terrific support from the team here.
Absolutely. This one, is it Unicloved? Is that how we say it, Anton?
Unicloved, yep.
This is one for you, because I can honestly say I can't say any of the pedigree out of this family, mate.
Yeah, this is a special filly, Paul. It's fully French-bred filly. It's a mare Pat bought in France, obviously, and we raced her over there, and she was a very good race mare herself, making just short of 200,000, and by Quaker Jet, makes the dam full sister to a very good horse in France called Crystal River, and goes down to a great family of Rolling de Therapy, and it's a very, very good French family, this family, and this is a special filly.
Yeah, we talk about Quaker Jet there before as a sire of a lot of the horses in this sale, but to be able to buy a filly out of a mare by Quaker Jet, it's a unique opportunity. $193,000 in stakes too, so she could actually run as well.
Yeah, she was a good race mare. We had a lot of fun racing the mare over there. I know Pat got a kick out of it every time she won. So, we bred this mare obviously to Southern Hemisphere time, and very happy that she had a beautiful cracking filly, and like I said, as far as her family goes, it's a very, very good family, and there's just winner after winner, and top horses too. That's
pretty insightful too. I was wondering how you come to actually get that filly, but Pat actually raced her himself over there and then brought it back here in foal.
Yeah, that's right, Paul.
Yep. Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Mark's admiring the catalogue, and rightfully so, because there's horses everywhere in this one. We've got lot number 230. Which one's this one? 233.
Not many second dams. You've got $1 million worth of stake earnings in the progeny. It's a
it's a fantastic family,
powerful family.
233 is actually in the parade ring now as we go there, and this is the Orlando Vici out of the Love You mare Blues Love, Anton. This is the first foal out of her, but closely related to Orlando Storm, another quality filly.
Yeah, no, this is a nice little filly, Paul. She's 3/4 sister in blood to Orlando Storm, who's a good little race mare, and you go back down to the fourth end there, you got the family of Temporale and Galleon's Assassins, who are both top horses, and the Don Son was a good horse himself, and it's from a very good family, and it's the mare herself actually wasn't a bad horse, but she just never got the opportunity. But we're excited to see what this filly can do.
Absolutely. New Zealand, you go down that fourth dam, you've got the New Zealand Broodmare of the Year, 3-year-old trotting colt on the year in the Don Son. It's just 2-year-old trotter of the year in Galleon's Assassin. It's just quality winners all the way through the pedigree. Little filly, but she's just a beautiful, compact, well put together little filly, isn't she?
Yeah, very correct little filly, Paul. She's always been good to work with, and the guys up here, they've said that she's just willing and always happy to do her job. So attitude wise, she's a really nice horse.
Yes, and out of a Love You mare. Sorry, Mark.
I was going to say these fillies that are she'll continue to grow, and you're going to have as a 3-year-old when that the race series the Yabby Dam guys to help support it, those fillies like that, they start as a 2-year-old and they're really only going to get better and better. Like they're good opportunities now. That 3-year-old racing for these trotting fillies is a 2 years away, and she'll be a lovely filly, a graduate in a couple of years' time.
No, definitely, Mark. And especially being by Orlando Vici, they're generally sort of later horses, and or later, they get better with age. It's probably the right thing to say, and and she's got a lot of French influence there by Love You out of a Buffet d'Anu mare, so she's a filly that you would expect to get better as a 3-year-old.
I was about to tell you boys off for having your phone going, and then it was mine. I do apologise. For that. We're now have one that I really like, this family, and there's a few people here that actually would know a lot about this family. Bohemian Queen, who was by Sundown herself. How do we say this stallion, Anton?
Un solitaire.
Very well done. But a family that a lot of people will know once I get the horse on stride. You're right, Anton. So, sorry, this is a good family, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great family, Paul. Being a half-sister to Brandelo Prince, and he's by a stallion that we think a lot of. He's a horse that we brought over a couple of years ago, and he's now standing in New Zealand on the South Island, and he's a fantastic, sensationally well-bred son of Reddy Cash, the horse, from a sister to a great horse in Casey Dream. So he's a horse that we really do think can make a stallion, and we're actually toying with the idea of bringing him back. That's how high we think of the horse, and obviously this filly's from a fantastic family. Brandelo Prince has done a great job, and then you go down to Parisian Opera, was a very good mare that we had, and then you get down to Let's Get Serious, which was a very, very good horse and made over 800,000. So from a great family, she's a beautiful, big, strong filly. very correct and yeah, cracking type.
Brownlow Prince, he's doing a great job. He's Chris Finozio training him now. Val Queen, I think Chris has got as well, has he? Or
yeah, no,
yep.
Chris has got him, done a fantastic job with him, and he's made over 100,000 the horse, and he's only 5 years old this year, so you'd expect him to keep going and get better.
And then you have Queen's Rhapsody, the dam with 9 foals, 8 of race, 6 winners, and then off those they're actually leaving winners. Queen's Vacation, a mare that I had a little bit to do with, she's actually left another Derby winner. So again, Derby winners, which is key back to Pat's incentive with the trotting series being a 3-year-old series. There's just Derby and Oaks all the way through this, which gives you plenty of time to be able to have these trotters up and going and be able to ready for these good series. Neither of you guys, that's fine. I definitely didn't throw to you, but it is key, and there's no rush. That's, I think, the best part about being a 3-year-old race. You don't have to rush to get these horses ready for any of these sales, any sales incentive series, Mark.
Look, I think the key to this is we're looking for longevity in all our horses. You want a horse that can remain sound, and I think 3-year-old racing is the more people I've got to know in the sport, the more people say, look, you want great free-for-alls and open age horses as well. Like these age races are great for them, but you really want your great horses, the ones that have longevity, and I think. That 3-year-old series, I think, sets them for a good 2 years to set them up for a long racing career.
Absolutely. And
yeah, definitely, Mark. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and gives you plenty of time, and then you've got more options going through. The staff have done a good job. Anyone that's watching online, we haven't got a lot left to go. We've got about 4 lots still to go. We've got a Father Patrick coming up in a minute, but they've done a great job to get through as quick as what we have. People want to come and have an on-farm inspection, though, Anton, they can get in touch with Sarah or yourself or Pat direct?
Yeah, any of us. Tom also, can get in touch with Tom, and anyone's always welcome, Paul. We're always here, and more than happy to get the horses out and let everyone have a look. And then you'll be in force at the sales. Mark, just quickly, while we got you, the sale parade and how that's all going to work while we're waiting on. So that'll be on the Friday night? Saturday lunchtime. We're going to start at noon. Lots 1 to 100 will sell from 4 o'clock. So we're going to put those horses through their paces on Saturday from 12 till 3. Those first 100 lots will come through again, and then we'll start at 11 a.m. on the Sunday with the second half of the catalogue, the lots 101 through to 294. So it gives people a chance to see them out beforehand. That'll also be live. I know quite a number of people from WA. I've told people to make sure they look at what you've got on today, as well as they can re-watch that, but we'll then showcase those horses with a preview show from 11 o'clock on the Saturday morning. Yep, and that's going to be key to the parade, so people can see them there. Yep. And there'll be a lot of online interest, because I know it's an ever-changing world, which makes it very, very tricky. We'll come back to make sure that we touch off and everything. We want to make sure we touch off as well on the how to register and the likes going forward, but we've got the Father Patrick in the ring. This filly is out of Donegal Flat, a pine chip mare, 7 foals, 6 to race, 5 winners. She's done a great job as a brood mare, just full stop, hasn't she? Yeah, obviously, Paul, she's from a fantastic family too also. The family, like I said earlier, of Lowell Creek and, Arbo, the likes of them. And this is a filly that Pat personally has a bit of a soft spot for. From day one, it's been a little bit of an ongoing joke that he really likes his filly, and obviously I can see why. She's a beautiful, big, strong filly, and being by Father Patrick's, been a fantastic stallion in North America and had a great season, his first season down here. So this is a very top quality filly, and obviously being a sister to King Caslow, who was a very, very good horse, and she's a filly that we have a lot of time for. How relaxed is she? She is. She's just out for a little hand lead, isn't she? She's quite happy. The good ones have got a swagger, don't they? And she's got that look at me. And only 3 Father Patrick fillies in the whole catalogue, and the only one from your stable. So she's the last in the catalogue too. So if you haven't got a Father Patrick when she comes in, and you want that residual broodmare value later on, she's the last chance, and one of only 3 in the catalogue this year. Yeah, beautiful big filly too. Stands up and. She's having a look around. She can smell the barbecue. I think, like everyone else, I see some of the guys are already tucked into that, so good luck to them. But no, she's done a beautiful job, and just, as you said, a bit of a swagger, hasn't she? Yeah, she looks the real deal, doesn't she? She's a lovely filly. Mark had a fair old grin on his face. I think he actually quite liked that horse just there. And I just hope I'm getting the chance to sell that one.
and that's going to be key. We need people to register, though. That's the other part we need everyone to be aware of.
Yeah, look, the difficult part of a new company like ours is to get yourself set up for the first time, and that's, it takes a little bit of work to get it done. But what we're encouraging is, with 2 days of sales and 270 odd horses with a few scratchings out, you want people to get registered before the sale so they can spend their time at the barn and down in the stable and looking at horses, not trying to establish their accounts with us. So if you can go online and fill those out, and we'll have your big card ready for you when you turn up.
I'm sure there's a lot of people tuned in just to actually look at this filly. This is a quality filly being offered up, isn't it, by Love You, out of Aldebaran Eve, who won $158,000 in stakes. Group 1 winner herself, 4 and 5 year old trotting championships, and this is her first foal. So there'll be a lot of people very keen for this family, Anton, full stop.
Yeah, this filly's a top quality filly, Paul. She's a filly that, we from day one we were excited to breed this mare to Love You. That was always the plan, and she's thankfully had a cracking type of filly. She's a beautiful filly, and from a fantastic family. Her mum was a dual Group 1 winner and won the Vic Bred Super Series at 3 and 4, and being a first foal, it's a beautiful filly, top quality filly.
And the rest of the family too as well, like you've got Aldebaran Dream, she won the Trotters Oaks as well, and just quality family all the way through. Yankee Deirdre, I think it is, 9 foals, 8 to race, 7 winners, and some of those are quality winners, 15, 16 winners in amongst them. So it's just a family that'll breed on as well as just out of a good mare.
Yeah, no, Fourth Dam being an American mare, it's actually the family of Mon Bay, and which we know works well with the Love You sire. So this was a filly that we were really excited about, and she's a beautiful filly.
Absolutely, and she just takes off then. So Mark, just again to reiterate, make sure people get in touch with you guys. We've got 2 weeks to go. We need to be registered prior. It'll make it a lot easier. Well,
it'll make it easier for, like I say, for people to get around the stables. There's a lot of horses there to see, so if they go onto the website, just nutrienequine.com.au, and they go through the standard bred section, there's the ability to go in there and download the forms, send it back to our guys in our credit area, and we'll have your account set up and opened, and a big card ready for you then, so you can turn up on sale weekend, get your card and go down to the stables and spend your time where you're going to get your best work done. So that last one too, Paul, one of only 2 Love You fillies in the catalogue too, so both from out of the Yabby Dam draft, but only two fillies this year, so a really nice one.
How many muscle masses have we got? Fillies have we got up as well, Anton? Or 300?
We've got 2, I think.
Two, and this is another classy little filly here, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a pedigrees wise, this is a fantastically well-bred filly. She's we bought the mare in France, and unfortunately, no fault to her own, she didn't make the races, but she was a very good filly, and we bought her with the idea in our head, she's so closely related to Look the Star, who's a very good young sire in France, and then we sort of kicked the goal too, because Feeling Cash is probably one of the best of his generation in France this year, making $1.7 million, and we there's a classic Franco-American cross, and it's looks like a little ready-made racehorse.
She is a ready-made racehorse. She wasn't keen on the flowers. She was happy to go past the flowers and leave the ring for a second, but she's back in. She's having a good look around, but that's okay. As I said, I think most of these have done a really good job here today. You must be rapt at how well they have paraded. I think as a whole, to get this many through in an hour and 20, I reckon you've done a huge job so far.
It's been great, Paul. Couldn't be prouder of the team, and it's been a big effort, and like I said, everyone's chipped in and done their bit, and it's been a great effort.
We're not finished yet either. There's 2 more lots to go, which are through the supplementary lot. We're not finished on this filly. We might just see if she'll go one more lot. Gee, she's a likely type, isn't she? She just wants to run this one, that's for sure. I think it's Soph's. She's enjoying walking it too, I reckon. She's going to smile back at us at some stage and say, oh, yep. But lovely little filly, and the staff have done a great job. To get French breeding too is key to improving the trotting bloodlines, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I think the a pretty smart guy once told me that the best horses in the world will be the Franco-American cross horses. He told me that a long time ago, and I think you see. Even in North America there now, like the 2-year-old of the year last year in North America was a Love You colt called Venerate. So, And also they've had horses like International Money and that. So it's the key. The cross of the American horses with the French horses is the way to go.
Absolutely, we won't hold on that. The French, they very protective of their breed too. So it's a good sign that the regard they hold Pat in, that they're able to give a couple of fillies to come out here and be able to breed from.
Yeah, like Pat's worked tirelessly to build them relationships with them people. To be able to get access to these horses, so it's they do have a close stud book, and it is difficult to get these horses, and we're very lucky.
Absolutely. This one, Anton, I'm going to ask you which one. Is this the Parisian Chick?
This is the Parisian Chick filly, yes.
Very good. So this is lot number. One of you two gentlemen are going to be able to tell me. It's one of the supplementary ones. I haven't got it, but it is 15 Pats over the back there, but this is going to be in the supplementary list. This is a What the Hill out of Parisian Chick, Anton.
Yeah, she's a first foal out of a very good filly, Parisian Chick. She was a good racehorse, a Love You mare from a very good family, Zena Hest and the dam of My Valerie. So this is a fantastically well-bred filly, and she's a beautiful type, typical of the What the Hills, as I said earlier. Sort of long and great balance with big ears, and she's a beautiful filly.
As we said before, the What the Hills were very, very popular in New Zealand. We're just trying to... Dave Brio might be able to come across and tell me. No, he's actually talking on the phone. But David, do you know what lot number this horse is? No. Bianca's in Horsham as well, but there's two in the supplementary list. There's this horse anyway, which is the What the Hill out of Parisian Chick, which is, I think it's 55A, but I'm not... 155A, I believe, but David Brio's given me nothing, so he doesn't know either. And then we've also got a pacing bred one that's going to be going through very shortly as well. 113A, this one here is, so she in your catalogue. So there's an update to the catalogue, and that's a 113A by Parisian Chick, as you said, out of by Love You. So very, very good opportunity for people to be able to get involved with that one and go from there. And we've got one more to come through, which is 155A, but I will get... I'll get Mark to find that one up for us. But this is out of the pacing. This is an art major. We go back to one pacer going through the sale. But it's a horse that you had a lot of time for, Anton, out of Sounds Alive.
Yeah, no, she's been a great broodmare, Paul. She's thrown some really nice fillies in Sounds of Terror and Sounds Like Art, and this is a full sister to Sounds Like Art, and the other sister to this horse is Sounds of Cash, who's a filly that we've got a massive opinion of, and we've just sent her to New Zealand to be trained by John Dunn, and she's a very, very good horse, Sounds Like Cash. I think you'll see this coming season she could be possibly one of the better horses going around. But this is a half sister to her and a full sister to Sounds Like Art, and she's typical art major, very racy type, and she's a beautiful type.
Absolutely. Art Major does a huge job as a racing sire, but also as a broodmare sire. He just unbelievable job, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a great stallion. Has been for a long time, and him and Better's Delight, they've ruled the roost there for a long time, and both great stallions.
Yeah, they are indeed. Sounds Alive, what was she by, Anton?
She was a Live or Die mare.
Live or Die? Well,
yeah,
that'll sit a lot of the Kiwis up as well if they're sitting there and they're saying, oh, what's this one now? All of a sudden they're keen. And this will come under the same category and be able to be shuttled back to New Zealand as well. Yeah, no,
they all have that great incentive, and hopefully John Dunn's watching today because he's had two of the sisters now. So, like I said, this is a beautiful filly, been typical from the mare. They've all been really nice types and good horses.
Absolutely, and there's a couple of little form updates as well. Sounds Alive, as you said, Sounds of Cash. Sounds Like Albert is a second dam, and you're going too quick for me. My eyesight's not that good. You've got to go around. Tact Anvil, he's a tack. I'll go back to this one here. Sounds of Cash was in the pocket mare. So you've got all those Live or Die and then the in the pocket, which is enough for anyone to sit up that wants to have a breeding filly, that's for sure, going forward. Oh, I think that's a wrap. Anton,
that's a wrap.
You'll actually be happy with it. We're nearly finished, because I tell you, for a bloke that's very, very nervous about that, you've done a great job. We've got a lot of people that are here.
Due for a drink.
We've got a lot of people that are here still there enjoying the hospitality. We want people to be able to catch up with Sarah and Dave Brio to organise some of the inspections post this sale. I'm going to go out to Oakbank, which will start at about 2:30. Everyone's invited out there as well, but stay here and have a few of the amenities. Quickly, while I've got you, anyone watching this sale, we need people to register. They need to go to the Nutrien Equine site. Yeah, that's right. You go to nutrienequine.com.au, go to the standardbred part of the catalogue. You can click on there to download the forms. If you're a hobby farmer, there's a hobby farmer's deck too, just as part of our process. Once you've set yourself up an account, that'll only have to be done the first year. Send that back to our credit guys. Like I say, that'll pre-register. That'll get you a bid card, so we can spend our time down at the stables looking at horses. Most of the horses will be in there Thursday afternoon, evening. So I know a couple of people coming out Friday morning, so they can spend that extra time to get through quite a big catalogue of horses. Our team will be there. For those preparers or anyone else that's about, there's going to be just a fairly relaxed barbecue Friday night. We just want to get to know more people over the next couple of weeks, and particularly during that weekend, we'd like people to be our guests and come and enjoy some hospitality from Nutrien. Saturday morning, like I say, the parade starts at midday. We'll have a pre-race show there from about 11 o'clock for those people online. They can watch that. Trot's Vision have got a webcasting, as well as we'll have it through our own live feed. And the sale will start at 4 o'clock. So we'll have lots 1 to 100 from 4 o'clock Saturday, and then the balance from 11 a.m. Sunday. The one thing that's key is it is actually going to be something different, isn't it? And that's what you want people to be able to experience, a different way of buying and selling horses as well. I'm excited about. I imagine you are too, Anton. Be able to see something different. I think, lots get said about which is the best sales and all the rest. I don't care. I just like different. I think different is key, and being able to promote our industry in a great light is key. I think the exciting thing for us is if you look at the whole performance horse market, the thoroughbred market, the harness racing markets have all started the season really, really well. We've got some challenges with COVID that people have overcome. Like I say, I know quite a lot of WA guys that are going to be watching this feed, as well as bidding online. We can bid online through Auctions Plus as a platform that we use. I know a lot of the Kiwis, again, I think we've become accustomed to how to look at horses and not be on site, so it actually gives people more confidence in. The great thing, I guess, we've got some terrific vendors. People are making informed decisions because they've got time to make those decisions. Talk to one of us or talk to the breeders, and if you need horses looked at, we can arrange that. And that's the other part of it, Anton, is to make sure that they get in touch with you guys. There's already people at the back doing some inspections as well, which is key to be able to look at these horses. We want people to buy the horse that they want, so make sure you inspect them and look at them. Get in touch with you guys here at Yabby Dam Farms, Louise Toolman, Sarah, yourself, the Brios, either David or Bianca as well can help you, and even Pat can help you. There's plenty of people, and Tom as well. There's plenty of people that they can get in touch with to make sure they don't miss out on having a pre-sale inspection with these horses.
Yeah, and also, Paul, one thing probably haven't touched on is that a lot of these horses do have x-rays. I think the majority of probably the better bred ones, if you can call that, they're all well bred, but there is a large amount of these horses that do have x-rays. So anyone that needs to read the x-rays, just see Dr. Sarah Gray, and she can help you out there. I actually worried before I went to call her Sarah Gray, and I was thinking, does she go by the married name or not? So I actually just went with Sarah, so I'm glad you said that. New Zealand incentives with these horses, so any of our New Zealand friends that are watching online, you're able to buy a horse and get it back. Pat will help with the freight, getting the horse back. So that is key to getting the horses back there. If they want them to get back there, they can stay here in Australia, which would be awesome for Australian racing if they all stayed here as a product as well. So there's a lot of incentives. Plus the Yabby Dam 3-year-old incentive in 2023 is also key, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I think the I know we've spoken to the guys at IRT. There's plenty of opportunity if you need to have horses spelled here for a week or two to match them up with transport for those international potential buyers. We're available to help, as well as I know a lot of the vendors have all said, look, tell us what we need to do to make it workable. Same with the guys going back to WA. If you've got horses to go back there, we'll make it our business as agents to work with the vendors and make that a really easy transaction. As far as the 2-year-old racing, these horses have the opportunity, but it's really exciting 2 years out to look at what we can do with these 3-year-olds, and $125,000 racing that these graduates, these trotting graduates from the sale can go for. Absolutely. Now, anyone that is here, and I'm sure if anyone wants one as well, they could probably get in touch with the farm as well. But Pat's breeding philosophy book is here for people to read. Please take it and read it. I think what he's doing, you can only see by the bloodlines that he's got going on here. It's something very, very
unique that he's trying to do. He's fast-tracked a lot of the trotting, and I think it's only going to get faster when you see the quality of these yearlings that are going to be offered up for people to be able to take home and race on their own. They don't have to dream of watching, the likes of Dance Crows going along. They might have the next Dance Crows, Anton, and that's key. So anyone that's here, please take it. Anyone that's not here and wants one, get in touch with Yabby Dams as well.
Yeah, no, definitely, Paul. And another thing is, what we really want people to know that these horses are for genuine sale. I've had a lot of people ask, are they actually for sale? But they are. That's the direction we're heading in, and it's actually good for the farm. So hopefully someone can buy a champion from us.
Very good. I'm going to go pack up, get to Oakbank. People are going to stay here and enjoy the amenities, and then they're going to make their way across to Oakbank as well to see another quality lot of drafts. One of the best bred colts probably in the sale. Definitely one of the better bred pace and colts going through the sale. It's going to be key. Thank you, Mark. I'll probably see you at over there.
Definitely.
Anton, I reckon you're in for a very full afternoon, mate. There's a lot of people here to do some inspection. So thank you very much. Big thank you to Pat Driscoll as well for making this happen. I think it's great, and it's a great way to see things.
I think it just complements the whole sale process when you see the way these guys have turned out, the amount of people who have come out to actually see these horses parade. I think the final thing you see is the preparation, all of that groundwork that's done on these youngsters, to get ready for a sale. I think there's so much hard work's been done for the trainer that's lucky enough to buy one of these horses. So congratulations and thank you to Pat and the Yabby Dam team for showcasing the breed.
Absolutely. I'm going to go because Ballarat has had it every season and I'm absolutely freezing now. There's sun's out, but it's actually very, very cold. Thank you very much. David Brio's over there. I wish I had a camera. I'd shine it in on him. He's trying to tell me it's a beautiful Ballarat day. Thank you very much, guys. And as I said, 2:30 we'll be at Oakbank doing the same sort of stream as well. So make sure you tune in again. It's going to be a full-on day.
Good on you.
Thanks, mate.